Hey y'all, it's me, Jeff, back at it once again, surviving divorce. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I mean, yeah, believe it or not, I am in the hot tub. And it is crazy because there is an extreme heat advisory here in Texas. Well, let me say in Houston. Now, look, I've been here like, I don't know, 12 years or something like that. And this is the first time I've ever heard of it. The first time I probably just paid attention. But this is the first time an extreme heat advisory whether these last couple of days have been out of control. But that's all right. I'm in the hot tub. Yeah, it's warm, but not hot. But it's warm. It's really nice though, you know. But you know what is really funny, cool thing is that last week I was filming an episode, and you know what, let me say this before we go any further. It's like, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. I appreciate it. Please continue to support and tell people about this channel. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, leave comments, whatever, so we can continue to grow this community, because there are millions of us out there, people who are surviving divorce. You know what? I'm a survivor, you're a survivor, and we're gonna just keep on surviving. But anyway, last week I was trying to make a video, and it's called, an episode for this channel, and it was called Don't Date. Now, I know it sounds counterintuitive, and you're just gonna have to wait for that episode to come out, but I'm serious. It's like, I don't date anymore. Anyway, so I was giving my thoughts on that, and after about 26 takes, I'm like, you know what, this just not going right. I'm gonna put this one on the back burner. I'll come back and revisit it. And so I was sitting out here in the hot tub this morning, and then I finally realized, it came to me why it was so difficult to complete that episode, and it was just one reason. And that was because I couldn't get out of my own head. I was, as I'm, taping, I'm thinking about what I'm saying, wondering how it's going to be received, wondering if I got the words right, just auto editing in my head and whatnot, and that made, I would get through 2 minutes, and then I would go sideways. I would go off the rails, and I kept doing it over and over and over again. It was only until I had a chance to sit back that I realized that what was stopping my performance was myself, and I couldn't get out of my head. And that's what I want to talk about today. Surviving divorce. One of the key ways to survive divorce is so simple, is that we need to get out of our own head. Now, what do I mean by that? It's like, well, look, I think human nature is, if you look back and you're honest with yourself, if you look back on your relationships that you had in the past, prior to your marriage. Now, if some of you married the first person you dated, well, then this is not going to apply, but hopefully you'll be able to understand. But most of us have had girlfriends or boyfriends, relationships in the past, and for one reason or another, we've broken up. And usually, right after you break up and you think about the relationship, you don't think about it in positive terms. Now, maybe you think about it in positive terms, but this might be years later after you have a chance to get perspective. But when you're close to the breakup event, you kind of think of it like negatively. And what I mean is, like, you may think about, oh, you know what, we used to have good times, but you don't think of it as that and be able to sit back and say, oh, we had a great time, and that was what a wonderful experience. You think about, we used to have a great time, now I'm not going to have that great time with him anymore or her anymore. Or, we used to do this, and it's so sad that I'm not going to have anyone to do this with. Or you think about, you know what, this person just was a good person, but then they didn't communicate and they pissed me off, or whatever. So I'm just saying, our mind normally, just human nature, would frame it in a negative light. And what have I said over and over and over on this channel? It's like positive thoughts breed, grow positive results. Negative thoughts, they breed, they grow like weeds, negative results. And so we need to look at things positive. So if you keep looking at your relationship, your divorce in your head, thinking about it in the negative way, I'm not with her anymore, I'm not with him anymore, my partner cheated on me, my partner took my money, my partner didn't live up to their part of the deal, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. You are self-sabotaging yourself, and you're going to be like me, be on take 26, trying to move forward, and you're still stuck in a relationship that no longer exists, and that other person has gone on with their life. Okay, so you got to get out of your head. And tough. Now, what in the heck? But it's tough. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm not being cavalier and saying that, you know, losing a marriage or having a marriage dissolved is an easy thing, especially if you have to, you know, pay child support, you know, have custody battles. Maybe you still have to have contact with your ex. Maybe there's still some feelings there. Maybe there's some things that are unresolved. Yes, it's going to be difficult, but the way to get through it is to get out of your own head. Stop going over and over and over where you went wrong, where they went wrong, how could have been better. You look at it this way, it's done. Should have been just like me. Listen, here's my take on surviving divorce. Don't date. Give you my spiel and be done with it. And don't think about it. And that's what you kind of have to be. Okay, the marriage is over, the relationship is over, it's done. Okay? Not going back, you're not going to relitigate that. But now I'm going to go forward. And by freeing yourself of that, getting out of your head, you're able to open yourself up to improvement of yourself, which is so important. And it's worth repeating. It's like, look, in a relationship, you have negative, well, let's see, I'll say it this way. In a relationship, whether it's a marriage or dating relationship, you and I have negative attributes. And what I mean by that is simple. It's that you and I are human beings. And one thing we all know is that human beings are flawed. We have flaws. No one perfect. And your partner has flaws, and your partner had flaws. So you're two people, two flawed individuals trying to make a relationship work. It's hard work. So what is the best way to make a relationship work? Well, I'm going to say the best way. What is a good way to make a relationship with two flawed people work? And that is, one is to decrease the number of flaws that you have. Now, the other person's got to work on themselves. But if I or you can decrease the number of flaws that we have and come to a better understanding of them, or find a way to mitigate our flaws, it makes the relationship better. Because we already know that our flaws were part of the reason the other relationship ended. And if you don't believe that either of your flaws caused a relationship to end it, you are delusional, and this message is definitely for you. So go get help. That's how you improve your flaws. Because the thing is that maybe you don't recognize the flaws that you have. I'll say them over and over again. I know there's millions of others, and if I'm missing some, why don't you put them in the comment, some flaws that you've noticed that I might gloss over. But what you hear, don't communicate well. Maybe you're not financially responsible. Maybe you didn't have enough initiative. Maybe you weren't open emotionally. Maybe you were selfish. Maybe you were narcissistic. Maybe you just didn't care about the other person. Maybe you were lazy. But these are all flaws. There's nothing wrong. It's just flaws. But the thing is that those things can be improved on. And the way they can be improved upon is by getting help. You can't improve yourself. There are some things that you can do to improve yourself, but think about it, right? If you're in a marriage and you gained weight, a lot of weight, and you want to get that weight off, what do? Most people go get help. They go join a gym, that's getting help. They get a personal trainer, that's getting help. They go on a diet, that's getting help. They watch some kind of YouTube video about losing weight or carbs or keto diet or whatnot, that's getting help. They find something outside of themselves to help them on their quest to lose weight. Well, that should be the same way with all the other things, flaws that we have, the things that you can't see. Like, for instance, ability to open up and to be open with someone. Maybe there's a block, a mental block. Maybe something happened in your childhood that prevents you from opening up to the person that you love, the person that you share a bed with, the person that you share your hopes and dreams with. Maybe a therapist can help you learn how to open up. Maybe you don't know how to communicate well. Maybe a therapist can help you there. Maybe you can take some classes on communication. Maybe you can go join Toastmasters and start speaking, and maybe you learn to speak better, and so you're not ashamed to speak. There's so many things that you can do, just like people, so many methods people employ to lose weight. There's many ways to learn how to communicate better. Maybe you weren't good with finances. Dave Ramsey, there's hundreds of thousands of people out there that are helping people with financial literacy. All I'm just saying is that the means are all around us to improve on whatever needs to be improved on in our lives. And by improving that, you know what that does? It makes you a better version of you. So when you go into the next relationship, there's no guarantee that it's going to work, right? But when you go into the next relationship, there is a good chance that the flaws, the negative things that you worked on that may have sabotaged or torpedoed the marriage won't be the undoing of your new relationship. But that takes you getting out of your head, getting your butt up off the couch, and doing something about your situation. All right? Thinking in positive terms, you have been given a golden opportunity to improve yourself and to be better. And you know what? Your relationships are going to be better in life as you improve. Not only with your next love interest, but family members, with friends, with children if you have them. By improving and becoming a better person, you affect everything in your environment in a more positive way, because those things that prevent peak performance, those things that prevent, solid relationships, those things that prevent growth, you're starting to lessen the road bumps, the moguls, the hurdles that are in the way of you, that prevent you from achieving what you need to achieve as far as relationships and so forth. So get out of your head, go out there and get some help. And the reason why you need to get some help, and there's nothing wrong with getting help, is because most of us don't have the ability to fix ourselves. Now, some of us do, but technically we don't. That's why they have people who specialize in being a therapist. After you go and work 8 hours a day, come home, eat, and do all other stuff, you don't have time to sit there and psychoanalyze yourself, study books, and then go and figure out what it is that's wrong with you. That's why we hire doctors and dentists and mechanics and all that stuff like that. People who are subject matter experts. They can help you be better. They can help me be better. And then when that next relationship rolls around, we'll be in a better chance, in a better position to make that relationship grow. And the other thing that improving yourself is going to give you, whether you believe it or not, is it's going to give you confidence. So what prevented me from completing the video after 26 takes is I started losing confidence because I was like, I can't get through this. I can't get through this because it's not coming out the way I want it to be. I'm in my head and I'm telling myself I can't. But once you let that stuff go, you improve yourself, improve your attitude, improve your outlook, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to be more positive. And you know where that really translates into? Being more positive around your potential next partner. Being more engaging. That's right. Being more assertive. You know why? Because look, I'm going to walk in and I'm like, oh man, I've been working on myself. I feel good about myself. And that translates into how other people see you. You know, you're not going to walk in as a failure like, oh man, I'm divorced. I can't keep a relationship together. You know what? I gained too much weight. I'm not a good person. I don't talk well. No, you're not walking in there with all that in the back of your mind. You're walking in positive like, look, I've gone to therapy. I've worked on myself. I can talk better. I know how to communicate. I know how to open up. Now, whether that helps your relationship or not, we don't know. We will never know. But we're only talking about inches here. We're talking about percentage points. How do we make incremental changes to improve our chances of being successful in life, successful surviving divorce, and successful in getting and holding on to a new relationship? Anyway, get out of your head. One of the best ways to get out of your head is to go out and do something that celebrates life. That's right. Go do an activity that celebrates being alive, that celebrates being divorced. That's go play some golf, go sit in the hot tub, go to a movie, go to a concert, go walk in your car, go for a drive, go volunteer, go feed the homeless. There are a bazillion things that can be done to celebrate life and to celebrate your newfound opportunity to improve yourself and be a better version of you. And again, who doesn't want to be better? You want a better car, a better house, a better looking wife, better looking husband, better looking partner, lose weight, want to make more money. We all want to improve. Why not improve mentally? Why not improve emotionally? All right. Whatever you do, however you do it, celebrate life. And I will see you in the next episode.